Hey gang, well, it's story time once again, and well, this time around I'm going to try and give you guys a little story about, well, some people that used to live right over there. In fact, they lived over there until about, I want to say about around last month. They lived over here briefly, and to tell you the truth, there were no good times with those people. It all started back in August when this kid approached me and my buddy Tyler at the library, and he asked me if I knew his dad, and I said no. He hung around, talked a little bit, then he took off on his bike. A couple of weeks later, he shows up at the door, and he introduces himself, and he says, "Oh, I met you at the library." And I said, "Yeah." He says, "Well, we're your new neighbors." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So apparently, from what the story was said, it was him, his older brother, his aunt, and his uncle, because his dad's in jail. His dad's in prison, I should say, and his mom has passed away. So for the first little bit, it seemed like that, they didn't bother us, we didn't bother them until they started making claims that the roommates' dogs were attacking their pit bull, which I find to be really hard to believe, because honestly, I don't, pit bulls are one of the most vicious animals on the planet, and to be honest with you, those dogs in there are pretty much scared of their own shadows. So yeah, and apparently they had a huge dog in their backyard all the time. But the thing is, with their pit bull, I swear it was the most suicidal thing I've ever seen in my life. I would, and the pit bull's name is one that I would never give a pit bull. And no offense to anybody who has this name, but the pit bull's name was Chad. Now, Chad never really tried to attack me or anything like that, but, his, let's just say, honestly, his bark was worse than his bite. Chad would run out there by the highway, on the shoulder of the highway, run out, bark at people, and turn around, come back. And the stupid owners would always tell him all the time, good boy, and it's like, your dog just barked at people. I hate to know what you would do if he actually attacked somebody. So after a while, there was a big war started, and they just kept on, and they didn't know when to stop. They didn't know when to quit. At one point, one of the brothers, the older one, confronted one of the roommates here, the one I always call Morphine, confronted him and basically asked him if he wanted to fight, and apparently the dude had a pair of brass knucks on. Morphine said, "Let's go," and the dude backed off with the brass knucks. That really shows you how much intelligence they have, and bravery as well. So they and Morphine and Morphine's girlfriend, the one we call the werewolf, they kept having many confrontations. And then one day they decided to get really brave and started really causing all kinds of trouble. And sadly, I got involved in it because the older brother came over here, started mouthing me, challenging me to a fight and all this, and I told him, dude, it ain't worth it. The cops were called on them multiple times, not from us, but apparently also the people who live in this barn-looking house here. There were reports of Subway calling cops on them, Sonic, Walmart. Pretty much everybody around this neighborhood were calling cops on them constantly. And so what happened was that cops again have been called on them multiple times, and of course cops around here do nothing about them. So one night at a home football game, the little brother came up to me and told me about his dog, asked me if I knew anything about it. I said, no, what happened? And he said, well, the dog got hurt. Do I know anything about it? And I said, well, last time I saw your dog he was out there by the highway yet again. I called for him, he didn't come to me. I grabbed a piece of chicken, threw it towards the fence. He grabbed it, went to your side of the yard. He goes, well, did you poison the chicken? I said, no, I didn't poison the chicken. And the kid goes, Well, now he's got a broken leg, internal bleeding, and his nose is all scarred up. And I said, kid, I think your dog got hit by a car. Because I want to know what kind of poison can make a dog have a broken leg and all that. That makes no sense. So the youngest brother said, okay, went on, and I didn't see him again. Then his older brother met up with me on the road, down from the high school, asked me the same thing. I told him the same thing. He told me he was going to hit me like he had threatened to the week before. I said, you don't want to do that. I said, you know, it's like, that's not a good idea. He said, well, I'm going to hit you and all this. I'm like, oh, brother. Then a cop, supposedly an off-duty cop, stopped us, and the kid ran off. I kept walking. So we get down the ways there, a little ways from Subway. I get down by that way, and the older brother comes running at me and hits me in the chest as hard as he could. And to tell you the truth, gang, I've had mosquito bites that hurt more than that did. I looked at him and I said, is that the best you've got? And he goes, yeah. So I just said, you know what, I'm fed up. I'm fed up with this kid. I'm just going to give it to him. And I yelled at him, and I yelled and yelled and yelled. I said, what is your problem? All this other stuff. And the kid had a look of fear on him, in which he looked like he crapped his pants. And he just didn't say a word to me. And I yelled at him for like 5 minutes straight, and he had nothing to come back on. So basically what happened was the kid runs off, and the last thing he said to me before his aunt popped up at the door and told him to get in the yard was, I'm on probation. And I thought, kid, I could use that against you. You realize that, because you're being an idiot. But I didn't. So they were around for about another week, and then they were gone. Last thing they did was shoot BB guns at the house. After that, no idea where they went, no idea what happened to them. So, as far as I know, they're long gone, folks. And if they are, good. Because I don't ever want to see them again, and I hope I never see them again. So, gang, I'm going to get on out of here and try to get this bad boy uploaded here in a little bit. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys liked it. And if you like my videos, please feel free to subscribe. And if you had any neighbor experiences like this before, let me know in the comments below. So take care of yourselves. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. God bless you all. Try to be good. Try to be good to yourself. Try to be good to others. Till next time, as always, stay strong and rock on.